Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Hey, I'm down here at our dry cow lot. Thought I'd show you some of the improvements I've made down here. I just got them all fed. I'm gonna try to find a heifer or a cow that's bagging up that I need to bring up. See that dirty one right there? We ended up moving about 15 heifers down here, and so they were in a pen pack. There's another one right there. You can see how quick those stalls are cleaning them off. They lay in that sand. So I'm to quiet down here. I don't want to disturb them. Anyway, I'm looking for someone that's bagging. This is, since you've seen this last, I've been feeding on this for over a month. I brought in well, here's one right there. She's really getting there. And then that one there, see that? See how that tit right there is filled right out? I don't know, that's a heifer. Yeah, that's a huge heifer right there. So it's gonna drive you one of them too. I might end up putting a wire up here with a wire, you know, just to keep them out of here, and it's been working. I was gonna hang a gate, I told you that, but, and that's, who the heck is that? Look at that. She is just, that's a heifer too. Okay, we're probably gonna bring this one. Look at her. Let me get you in close on that. Yep, that's her. Yeah, there's another heifer popping. I guess they call them, when they call them springing heifers. She's third or fourth on my list, but that one down there, that black one, she's coming. I'll get her in. I thought I'd show you that. So I put the hot wire up. It's been going pretty good still. Story of this year already, January, is the weather. I mean, we've got, they say, a ton of rain coming. Never really froze up. It's been kind of nice that way. The silo's been working good. The silos don't like it when it freezes. The bad part about it is with the up and down with the weather changing. That's a cow right there. Look at her. Look at that thing. She's getting ready to, I need to get her up too. I might have to bring two of them. But with the weather going up and down, there's a good chance that they could be getting pneumonia. So you got to really watch them. Watch them breathe. They'll start pumping and things like that. So yesterday we had a big pile of manure over here. Ended up hauling that out. I got all these free stalls full of crap. Heifer's been laying them backwards again. Shovel them out. I didn't have a chance to do that yesterday. My daughter ended up getting sick, and I ended up having to take her, and Rochelle and I, we ended up getting her shit strep throat. The state's been hit hard with the sickness this year. So on that note, I thought I'd just give you a rundown on how this has been working out. It's been working out pretty good. So I'm gonna clean the rest of this up with a skid steer, give them a couple round bales, and clean out their free stalls. First, I'll get that heifer in while they're still eating, because I got to get her out, get her through there, and run her along these cows. And you want them doing that when the rest of the cows are eating. Otherwise, it can be a mess. They'll be running everywhere, be all mixed in. So I'm gonna get her in, finish this up, then I'll check back in up at the main farm. We'll drop her off, and we'll go over up there on some of all these heifers that I've been bringing up, and try to find them in the barnyard and see how they look. So let's go. Okay, so all these are taken care of now. They were a little rough because I didn't do them yesterday. And if I seem a little off today, it's because I am a little bit. I don't like it when my daughters are sick like that. And my voice may seem a little deeper than usual because I think I'm coming down maybe a little bit what they got. Hard telling. But I'm gonna sneak you in here. I'm gonna show you another trick I learned just from doing this. I had a subscriber actually say, he's like, you know, you'll fine tune this. And that was an excellent way of putting it, because you will. You see I got a pile here. When you're feeding these, I found that once you get these bunks about full, you keep it on. I'll sit right here and I'll keep it on, and I'll let a pile lead up, and then they'll eat right there. They're gonna clean that up. But by doing that, the next day when you come down here, you already got a heck of a head start. I just got to clean up in between the alleys, block them off, and then I've already got half, because it only takes about that pile and another pile, and these are fed down here. And some of you guys that aren't used to farming or cattle, the reason you got to put feed in bunks like this is because these cows, you can't just let them in that pile. If you do, they'll end up trashing it. They'll only eat about, they might eat 10% of it, and they'll just sit on it, lay on it, crap on it. They'll waste the whole thing. You know, you got to treat these cows, you got to treat them like they're your kids. You know, you got to almost protect them. You got to just, because they don't know any better. So you got to put it up on bunks so they can't stand in it and they can't pee in it and crap in it. That's why we have to feed them the way we do. That's why you just can't let them roam free. I mean, you think you're penning them up, that you're doing some damage to them. They have to be penned up. It's just the way it works. They can't live on their own. If they did, they'd be getting hit by a car or other things. So I've cleaned this most of the way up since last time you've seen it. I graded this out. The water wants to run through there, so I cut a nice trail. This is actually the driest it's been in a while, just because when it was kind of froze, I flattened it out. So I showed you a few tricks there. Stalls are done. Before the stalls, I got this heifer in. There's our girl there. Look at her, man. She almost looks innocent. I mean, she is innocent. She's a black one. So, all right, I'm gonna head up. Let's head up to the main farm. We'll drop her off. You get a better look at her, broadside look. I'll show you how much she really is bagging. Then we'll head in the barnyard, feed them, and see what trouble we can't get into. Okay. Here she comes. Got some new friends waiting for her. Get on in there, girl. Don't let them push you around. Just got her in. I'm gonna feed these, line them all up, get you a better look at them. I turned these lights on this morning because it's an overcast day. It's pretty dark in here. Probably gonna, they're on a timer, but I overrid the timer. Still pretty dark in here still, but I think I'm gonna open these doors up. Might as well, because it's gonna be warm for the next day. Let's get this feeder turned on, and that's when I can get a real good look at all the cows. Pretty good stuff. Wind blowing at me a little bit. That's haylage corn silage. Some of you guys been following. You know how I feed. Here's number 5. That's grain. I'm gonna turn that on, and then that's the high moisture. I trickle that on top. So haylage, corn silage. High moisture grains getting dumped in there at the top. And that's how we feed. A lot of times guys ask, how do you make up your ration if you don't have a mixer, this, that, and the other? Well, we do a little bit old school here. High moisture grain, corn silage, and haylage. We mix it all together. Not the hay and the corn are about even. The high moisture grain you can only trickle in. Give them too much of that, they'll get their runs. But besides that, that's how we feed, and they do pretty well. We don't buy any other supplements besides like a pellet there, and that we feed in the parlor. That's just to bring them in, and that's not a big part of their diet. Don't buy any protein. Yeah, we're lacking some protein here for sure, but and that stops you from getting a lot of milk. But when you're not shelling the money out to begin with, look at the bag here. When you're not shelling the money out to begin with, you don't have to get a lot of milk. You know, that's just our philosophy. I don't know how much more milk you want to get. Look at that girl. But we do pretty well, feeding all natural, grow our own crops, put all our own feed up, and then try not to buy anything. Be totally self-sufficient, and that's our model. That's our business model, really. Get back over here and try to find one of these fresh heifers I just brought up. Alright, I found a heifer I brought up a couple days ago. I don't want to spook her. She's still getting acclimated to being up here, but right there, big white one. Look at the bag on her. Look at that udder. She's a beast. You're watching her real close. Her tail's kind of dodged. She's probably tomorrow, the next day. I mean, you never really know. You just use your best judgment. I got another one right here I want to show you. See, this is when I do my checks, is when I'm feeding them. That's the advantage of feeding out of silos. If they're all working right, you're checking your surroundings, checking your cows. This one right here, 31, we're going to come right at her. Looking right at her. She had a calf a few days ago. Touch a milk feeder, was down, could not get up. Luckily, I had her in a pen, and I gave her 2 IVs. She got up, licking her nostrils. She seems to be doing all right. We've been milking her. She's back, you know. Gotta know how to do that stuff. A lot of people comment on that last video of me pulling that calf out. It was breech. There she is. Look at that bag. Try to shuffle her up that feed bunk. But anyway, pulling that calf out, it was breech. I had a couple farmers comment on there that actually they knew what's going on, and one guy said, "You're just lucky you had her in a pen." You're darn right I was. Try and do that out in the field, you can't even catch her. Try and do it. I know we didn't have a headlock, but got it out, got the job done. A lot of worse things could have happened. You know, it's always a risk. But there's that heifer, man. Unbelievable. She's about to pop. She's a beast. Hanging in there. The rain's about to come. Mid-January almost, and we're making the best of it. I want to show you, take you in here, but I don't want to spook them because they're resting. When they're laying down like that, they're making milk. Eat. Lay down and rest. All right, I'm not gonna mess with them. You all dusty. Looks like she had her head in the grain. Oh yeah, you. One thing some of you guys may not know is they all got their own personality. Some of them are dominant. Got another heifer. Some are passive. See, the heifers aren't tagged yet. That's how you can tell who they are. This is a cow here. Getting ready to dry her up. Right here. Here's another beast white heifer. Waddling. Couple days out. Get her up to that feed bunk. She's just gonna eat. Had a lot of luck with our calving lately. Had that one breached one. The rest of them, well, I had to pull one other one, but been lucky, you know. Guys, next day, Ended up getting done feeding, and I headed out and went home, took care of the girls and my 2 kids, and then I had a Farm Bureau meeting, Christmas party, late Christmas party. Well, the rain came. Look at it. God, we got these turtle ditches cut in these barnyards, so it'll drain and won't fill up the barnyard. Got a hay bale pushed in here out of the weather so they can eat. Here's another heifer that just calved. He's getting up. I'm finishing feeding again. It's a day later. Man, we were just getting flooded out. Flooded out. Remember that heifer I just showed you that was getting ready to calve? I said she looked real nice. But she calved. There she is. There she is. A lot happens overnight on a dairy farm. I'm finishing feeding. I just want to show you how wet it got. It is 2 to 3 inches. Unbelievable weather for January. I don't know if we've ever had something like this. I mean, this alley here is just flooded out. You got this right here, look. Wow. Look at all that rain. Just flooded out down here. Unbelievable. Nasty weather. We're just gonna try to get them all fed. It's supposed to cool off. We end up getting a bunch of ice. Silos are working, thankfully. Cows are eating, everybody's happy, but we're gonna end up shutting this off and getting done feeding here. I'm gonna take you down near the dry cow lot where we were at yesterday, and I'm gonna show you where some tile fields come together. Show you how much water we're actually getting, and luckily it's getting away. It's going to end up cooling and flooding for a while, but I think most of it will eventually get away. We'll shut this down and we'll do that. Made it out where some of our fields are tiled, where they come together. But man, it's flooding right over. It's got to be some kind of record. It's flooded right through this ditch. We got some root debris here. That ditch is full. It's really gushing. Coming through here underneath the road. They said it was coming. It's coming. Coming through here off this bank. That's from another tile field. Tile coming out of there. Tile coming. And thankfully, here we're at in Michigan, Lapeer County, we've got big ditches surrounding our fields. Good drainage. And it goes into this big bad boy. And she's really moving. So yeah, it heads down here. This is another small tile we have feeding into here. Then it runs down and it's gonna get, it looks like it's pooling and collecting down there. I'm not gonna be able to get down there, it's just too muddy, but there's some more coming underneath this culvert here. But luckily we have good drainage where we're at. Next county over it gets a little flatter, not as good. There's a lake, pretty much a lake over here. I don't know if you can see it, but it's gotta hit and go all the way around before it can come back. That's the way the land lays out. The main farm just kind of runs this way, so it's got to come all the way around. It's going to take some time, so let's head back up to the farm and try to get dried off. Guys, weather's turning quick. Ran home, changed. All my stuff's all wet. I had to wear my good jacket. No big deal. Look what we got out. It's our old blower tractor. We use that on our generator. Filled up with fuel, and it's got a fuel pump tank in the front. I was changing clothes. Mom got a hold of me and said farm lost power. I live right next door. I didn't lose power. We're on a different line. We've got this hardwired right in here. So they ran it Didn't take long. Power came back on. So while the power's on, I'm here early. I'm gonna refeed the cows before we have to start milking, because that's what I do, feed the cows. We don't need all them silos running while the milk pumps running. While they're milking, it just might be too much. You might blow something. It ain't worth it. Being wet, electricity don't like wet. So I'm gonna fire the silos up again. It's cooling down. All this water, it's all gonna be ice. So we got an ice storm on our hands now. So hope everybody's safe out there. I'm gonna fire these up and we'll check back in once they're back milking. So all right, done feeding, closing all these barns up. 20-some mile-an-hour winds. There's a girl right here coming out. Let you go. Moving along, girl. Feed buckets are full. That was pretty fast, huh? Told you I was gonna feed them. Locked them in. When I shut them, the silos down, right on cue, the boys fired up. I can hear that vacuum pump. I don't know, can you hear that humming? It's the vacuum pump. They're milking. Here's the cows. Seems to be blowing chunks of ice now. All right, they're in here, getting ready to be milked. Nice and dry. And another good thing here we had Cody do today, foot baths. Foot baths are hooked up. She just walked through them. We do them every weekend anyway, but was a really good opportunity to do them after a rainy day like this. Their feet were, or their hooves are extra rinsed off. So that way when they go in there, it'll be more effective. I mean, that's good hoof care. Hoof care. Say that 3 times fast. Hoof care. Got to take care of the hoofs. Generators on standby. Hear that vacuum pump running? Well, I think, let me get out of this wind here. I gotta check, make sure I shut a gate. I think I'm gonna head home, make sure my generator's got fuel for the night. I got my daughters home and Rochelle. We're probably going to, well, we got a couple board games we're gonna play and probably pop some popcorn, so it's gonna be a pretty fun night. And then go to bed early and get up and do it all over again. So next time you see me, I'm gonna try to be in the milking parlor. I'm gonna give you a quick little showing of me milking them fresh heifers I was telling you, all them fresh heifers that came in. And what we got one, we had one that got out. I knew I left that gate open. My brother just ran around just now. What were you doing out there? In his shoes, guilty. So anyway, Kip Sigler Farming on Instagram, and see you in the next milking video.